and I think that's it. Let me see how we look on the YouTube real quick. YouTube, just so we don't look dumb with how I organize this. My channel live. Yes, we do look dumb.
We look.
It just looks like we're kind of sandwiched in together. So I need to make us not look sandwiched in together. Which, what can I do for that? If I do this, is there a full screen option?
Wrong what?
Do you hear you laughing?
Yeah.
Alright, I want you to start saying some stuff real quick. Just tell me how your day is.
Busy day. Pretty good day.
Is there a full screen option?
A lot of shit to get done. We have to take a trip to the storage unit today. A lot. Gonna empty the entire garage.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a busy day. A lot of shit to get done. It's gonna be a real busy
It is echoing still.
Mm-hmm.
It's still echoing.
Gonna empty the entire garage.
I could set back some of this. Alright. I switched it over just to see what it looks like with this full screen. Yeah, we look so dumb. Alright, I just want to see how I can stack us on top of each other. And then, unless I run it on one screen over here, maybe that will be better. No, that's the problem I'm running into. So no, it's got to be over here. We got to be full screen on this one. Unless... It says I have 3 viewers. Who the fuck is watching me right now? Alright, if I minimize this, minimize this, minimize this... No, this is gonna... I mean, I don't know what to do here. Let me get on my phone and check it real quick. It's all because my camera quit working on my fucking Streamlabs.
I wonder why it stopped working.
I don't know.
What's your YouTube?
Hartzz Gaming. The only other thing I can move.
Oh yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, so I'm trying to get us where we are not so squished in there. So we can see it. Because we don't we don't want to be off the camera.
Yeah, it's very...
Alright, see how we look now. That's gonna, after I say that, obviously. So when I say it, see how we look now.
Still looks really funky.
That's what I'm saying.
With the big, yeah.
But there's no way to if I go minimize and I take off this...
Oh, it's close zoom all the way.
What?
Close just not just like minimize zoom all the way.
Okay, I will do that, but it's gonna look like this. Hold on, I can take a...
Why do you have 2 different desktops right now?
Do I?
You have 2 different desktops.
Because if I minimize zoom, which I just did when I said minimize zoom, it only shows your face. I can't get it to where it shows my face too. And if I right click it, it's just you. Unless...
I can see...
let me see if I...
Wait.
I added pin. No, see when I minimize it and I add a pin, it still only shows you. But like, I can put us like this, but then when I click on something else, it takes us off. But I guess I could just go back and forth. Or I could do this. What if I do this? Alright. Now look at it if I do that. How's that look?
That's
not horrible.
It's better. And then this fucking audio settings. Oh, there we go. We're gonna do it like this. We're gonna run like this. Okay. We're live. We are. Oh, let me send the link to our chat. So that way they can see us. My plan for this is once we get it looking good, we are going to upload some stuff to TikTok, upload some stuff to Spotify. It might take a second. Run it through YouTube. Yada yada yada. But we are live with pick overview and more. Okay, send it to him. All right, so we're live. This is just the picks. I can sort it from. No, I gotta take out this real quick. Delete columns. So I can sort it to how our records show here. So looking at it, Alex with the 5-0 week, Will with the 5-0 week, Squag, Nick, Ram, Josh, Bobby, Caden, Strong with 4-1. Me and Garrett are wrapping up last place right now with 3-2.
That's a typical Dylan week right there.
Typical Dylan week. If we looked last year, I did go over 500. I'm over 500 right now. I'm better at betting on FanDuel, I'm going to be honest, than I am betting in these. The problem with this versus FanDuel is I double up a lot of games, and here you have to take 5 different games. So that's the tough part about this. Or I take a bunch of overs and a bunch of unders, but you can only take one of each.
I need to know your reasoning for taking the over in Carolina, Atlanta.
We'll get there, but we're going to start with the favorites first. Okay. We're going to start with the favorites first. The favorite for most of the league was the Ravens. We have 6 Ravens. I mean, that was an obvious one. I mean, what you say, Ravens over the Texans. Ravens have become, with the pickup of Odell, their draft, the offensive weapons with Lamar, they've became a playoff favorite just to make the playoffs. Texans coming off the second worst record. I mean, that's an easy one. Yeah.
The Ravens did look terrible for most of that
Ravens
game,
did not look good at all. Texans losing 25-9 in that game and being in it for most of the game didn't look that unimpressive. So,
I thought they were going to lose in the first half. It was looking that bad.
No, I was rooting for the Texans hard there. I mean, obviously with all these picks. Cowboys was the next favorite, and honestly, I was shocked to see 2 Cowboys in there. The Cowboys look like the best team other than the 49ers.
Yeah. That was ugly on Sunday night. I had to turn it off.
I'm expecting
Fourth quarter.
I'm expecting to see more Cowboys next week in the favorite spot for some of these picks. I went to bed at halftime on that game. Jaguars at Indy, I wasn't surprised to see that one. I actually thought I'd see a couple more Jaguars in Indy. But Jaguars did not look great. They started off strong and then they looked mediocre again. Like Lawrence started off good, and then Lawrence the offense itself kind of struggled for a little bit and then picked it up towards the end.
Yeah, it was closer score-wise than it was actually.
Yeah.
They had a questionable, not questionable, the scoop and score by DeForest Buckner that really kept him in it.
I mean, a smart play by them too for DeForest Buckner to do that, and just a rookie play by Tank Bigsby. I took the Commanders, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you my favorite strategy this year is to fade the Cardinals. So
pick anybody who's playing the Cardinals.
Pick anybody who's playing the Cardinals. I think my favorite this week is going to be the Giants, just to fade the Cardinals. Even after
they look horrible.
Yeah, the Cardinals. Yeah, they're not good. They're not good. And that strategy alone is going to get me for the favorite record this year. I want to say like a 15-2, maybe a 16-3. I don't see them winning more than 3 games.
Bold strategy.
Yeah,
I mean, it plays out there, Cotton.
Oh, we're gonna see it. I might do that the whole week.
I might just pick the Cowboys the whole rest of the way.
I mean, that's a good strategy too, but do you think they're gonna go undefeated? Is the problem?
I'm definitely not doing that. I might pick anybody that just feels confident, like the Dolphins.
Yeah. Well, in the upset category we were perfect. Or sorry, in the favorite we were perfect. In the upset, the only one that lost was the Titans. So I'm gonna go with that. Start with the Titans. Me and Josh were both picked the Titans. I first want to say that I started with the Packers, had the Packers until Friday night, and I switched it after I saw that Christian Watson was out. Maybe I switched it Saturday. But after Christian Watson was out, I was like, I'm not taking the Packers. I went Titans as well, just because I thought Dobbs was going to be out too.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
And then a rivalry game like that, the NFC South is weak. I was like, okay, let's go Titans. I mean, it was a 1-point game, but I don't think anybody saw Ryan Tannehill being that bad.
It was hard to watch.
Oh, it was terrible. Like, I was sitting there like, why? The echo when he talks, I think, bro. Echo when he talks. This, unless it's my...
It's probably 3 speakers on the mic.
I can turn you... How about this? I turn you down.
Just turn me off?
Okay.
Oh, then you'd be able to hear me.
Yeah, I won't be able to hear you. But I turned it down right here. So, maybe that helps. Can you talk real quick, Josh?
Yep. Any more echo?
Ram, tell us if there's any more echo. We are, yeah, okay. So Packers, we talked about that. Titans, I mean, Tannehill plays better.
It came down to that one play, really. It was that
one play,
third down that just sealed it for the Saints. And it was, I mean, it was a bold play. It was a great play.
He said still echo. Not as bad. This is best it's gonna get. The only thing I'm thinking of is my mic.
Yeah. We'll work on it. We'll fix it.
Yeah. Devices. Sound. Let me go to my sound devices real quick. The next one, Josh. Dolphins. Dolphins over the Chargers. We had a lot of Dolphin picks. Yeah, and we had a lot of Dolphin picks.
That was probably the most picked game.
Right. And
you got way louder.
Oh, because maybe it switched my mics. It was going on my mic up there, so maybe that's going to deal with the echo. Okay. Ram, tell us about the echo now, because it put my webcam back on as the main device. Dolphins, I didn't pick it just because the Chargers are such a good team, and you saw that game go down to the wire. Ballsy pick to pick the Dolphins, and Nick with probably a really super ballsy pick, kind of. The Browns over the Bengals.
That was bold.
I didn't mind it because the Browns are like 4-1 now, 5-1 against Joe Burrow. They just love beating Cincy.
Joe Burrow was like Michael Jordan when he lost his juice in.
He did not look good.
Damn near almost lost me the fucking fantasy game.
My fantasy. We could talk a couple fantasy here in a second. My fantasy. Woo. T. Higgins. I had T. Higgins. 8 targets, 0 points.
I had to rename one of my teams to Higgins the Human Trash Can.
Yeah, it was bad.
That bad.
If my team name is Cup of Tea Higgins, like cup of tea Higgins. If
that's what he was doing on Sunday, drinking a cup of tea.
Let's say he catches 5 of those balls for 80 yards and a touchdown. I lose my fantasy match only because my guy was the second highest scorer, maybe third highest scorer. But still. And then obviously the tragedy that happened with Josh Allen. We'll get that later. Overs. This is where we struggled. I think the obvious one was Miami and Chargers. I don't know why I didn't take it. Don't know. I did think about taking it. I think what I did was I had Miami in the upset, and then I went Packers, and then I switched to Titans. I think that's why I didn't have it. But we'll go ahead and Josh asked the question as soon as we started. What was I thinking? Carolina, Atlanta. I don't know. I was like, okay, Bryce Young's first game, maybe he's going to play well against a suffering Falcons defense. And he did play well. I don't think he played terrible. Didn't play great, but he didn't play as bad as he could have played as a rookie. And I thought that Stroud played well. Richardson played well. I think out of the three, he played the worst. But my thing was, I was like, both these defenses are kind of hurting. Young offense in Atlanta. I think Atlanta's going to put up some points, and they did, but their defense didn't give up as much as they did last time. The last time we saw
neither of those quarterbacks could throw the ball.
No. Well, I think at one point Desmond Ridder was 4 for 4 with 0 yards and a touchdown.
Nice.
And a touchdown.
Yeah. You can't get any worse than that.
No. So that was my thought. I was like, young team. I just wanted to throw one out there. And here's the thing. Week 1 is always like, I always remember week 1 for fantasy just being terrible. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to throw a kind of a shot in the dark here. The one that I was like, there's no chance in hell is going to hit was Caden, Tennessee, New Orleans.
That is a horrible pick.
Yeah. I thought Tennessee. Well, here's the crazy thing too about Tennessee. Spears, the running back, out-snapped Derrick Henry. So, 36 to 34. I thought Derrick Henry was going to have 40 rushes that game. I didn't think that the New Orleans would be able to move the ball, which they really didn't, because they had no run game in itself. Which you saw, the only time they broke out a run was to seal the deal in the fourth quarter. I thought that was pretty bad.
You're not going to win throwing the ball 34 times with Tannehill.
Yeah. No. And I think the Jets and Bills was not a bad pick if Rodgers didn't play 4 snaps or, 5 snaps because he snapped his Achilles.
Oh, it's a gross video. You can see it too.
Yeah. Nope. I watched it and got sick to my stomach. I think that not a terrible pick, but again, those defenses are both so good, so I was kind of questioning it, but I was like, you know what? Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, Stephon Diggs, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, James Cook. I like James Cook this year. Cleveland, Cincinnati. I was kind of indifferent about. Both defenses are good. Both offenses are good. Could have gone either way. Just happened. I think the rain kind of slowed down some offense on both sides. And the fact that Cincinnati never plays their starters and they look like trash the first 3 weeks because you need to play your starters in preseason and get some reps.
Yep. I stay away from the Browns on the overs. They run the ball too many times right now in this league to try and get the overs.
And I did like the Jacks.
They might win the game, but they just don't score many points.
Yeah, and I like the Jacks Indy one, so that was not a bad one. But I didn't mind it. I just didn't know how Anthony Richardson was going to do. That's the only thing.
He looked decent.
Yeah, no, he looked really good, and he just can't
He's had a couple bad throws.
He's lowering his shoulder too much on the run. That's the other thing.
Yeah, well, he's a big dude.
Yeah. Unders.
I'm looking at this. That Tampa Bay Minnesota hit the under.
Why did I put it in red?
I don't know. They only had 37 total.
Okay. Running out of time. I don't know if I have time on Zoom. Okay. So thank you for seeing that because Ram was just in here. Ram didn't see that. Ram is 5-0.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ram is 5-0. So we have 3 5-0s. We went perfect on the under, which is crazy.
Yeah, that'll never happen again.
Yeah, I don't think that'll ever happen again. Detroit, Kansas City. I thought was gonna hit the over. Only 41 total points. I went Las Vegas, Denver. That game was about as appealing to me as a bowl of mushroom pea soup, something, I don't know, something gross.
Yeah, I didn't even turn that one on.
No, not one time did I check the score of that game. And I had it for my under. I was like, I had no doubt. Russ loses in another 1-point game, scoring under 20 points. Cincinnati, Cleveland, I like the under on that one.
Yep.
I was kind of indifferent about it, but 47.5 was big on that.
Well, that was way too many.
Rams, Seahawks. I did not like the under on that one, but it hit. So, both defenses are lacking right now, minus Aaron Donald. And then the corners for Seattle. I think the offenses are both stronger. The wide receivers at Seattle, who are very underwhelming this week, even with an injured Cup, I don't mind a Sean McVay offense.
Yeah, Geno Smith looked pretty bad.
What was the score of Tampa Bay, Minnesota?
2017.
2017, so they got 37 points. That offense looked terrible.
Which one? Both of them were pretty bad.
Yeah. I did take Addison. I made a big trade in fantasy for Addison, Cook, and Deontay Johnson. Poor Deontay Johnson got hurt, but he got hurt with 7 points, and their offense looked awful against probably the best defense in the league, minus the Cowboys. I mean, if he comes back, I think he's going to score 10 to 20 points a game. I don't see him going under 10 in a full game. So that's Steelers talk, but I don't even know. Oh, so Addison. But I traded for Addison. He scored a touchdown, which I do like Addison a lot this year. It's such a shame Minnesota lost to a team like Tampa Bay, though. I know you're a Viking fan.
It was ugly.
Yeah.
They were out of sync the whole time. It was not good.
Yeah, and I think Alex's under doesn't hit.
All over the place.
Alex's under doesn't hit with Aaron Rodgers playing. That was they scored 36 points, and one of the quarterbacks of the game was Zach Wilson. So,
both of them looked like Zach Wilson, though.
Yeah, they scored more than that, didn't they?
Played about as well as.
Yeah, Josh Allen's not that good. People talk about Josh Allen being a top 5 quarterback. We can make that a discussion point here soon that we talk about, or we can talk about it after, or right now. Hell, I don't give a shit. Josh Allen might not be a top 5 quarterback.
Arm talent wise, yeah, but decision making, no.
I think he is a top so-and-so football player because he can run the ball, he can make big throws, but this is an overreaction maybe after the first game, but I don't think he's a top 5 quarterback. I would go Mahomes, even though Burrow plays like shit. I would still go Burrow in there. Jalen Hurts. I hate the Hurts slander. He didn't look good this week either, to be honest. Who are we missing? Oh, Herbert.
Yeah.
And Trevor Lawrence. I like Trevor Lawrence over Josh Allen.
Tua is making a case, right?
Tua is making a case too, and I don't like the Tua slander. I'm a Tua-non.
He looked really really good.
The Chargers and the Dolphins too are good defenses, and Herbert and Tua tore them apart. I mean, Jalen Ramsey's.
Well, the run game for the Chargers was really, really, really good.
Yeah,
it was surprisingly good.
And Eckler too. Eckler's a really good runner. I was very wrong week 1 on the Eckler draft situation. I was staying away from Eckler, and Eckler just tore it. Eckler looked like the best back of the week. He's and Breece Hall.
The only reason I won in our league.
Yeah,
hands down. He looked amazing.
We ready for okay? We gotta go over the spreads. I'm gonna text my wife 10 minutes.
Perfect.
Okay. Spreads. 49ers. I had no doubt in that. I also had no doubt in the Eagles. So I went with Eagles in this one. Only because the 49ers traveled to Pittsburgh. So I was like, oh, that's going to be a tough game. 10 o'clock body time. Being West Coast over in the East Coast. I think those two are no doubts. Falcons 3.5 surprised me. I feel like Falcons and Panthers always play close. And Vikings -6. I just want to say -6 for Kirk Cousins is a lot of points.
That's a lot of points for any team. The Eagles weren't even -6.
Right.
And they're playing the Pats.
Yeah.
And the Niners only being -2.5 against the Steelers was mind-blowing, kind of.
And the Jaguars 4.5. Here's a fun stat I heard. The Jaguars, or Trevor Lawrence, is the first quarterback in franchise history to win 4 straight division games in the NFC South or AFC South for the Jaguars. Wow. For the Jaguars. So that goes back to like 20 some odd years. He's the first one to win 4 straight games against AFC South opponents. So
actually crazy.
Yeah, so I stayed away from the 4.5 on that. So looking at week 2, I got to fix Rams record one more time. Ram is 5-0. He didn't even check it, and I think he was talking shit about how good his 4-1 record was, and didn't even. Right now it's 5-0. So so there's the records this week going into the week. Before we get off here, we are going to look at the week 2 schedule real quick. I have it up here on the side. The Thursday night matchup. Here we got 2 options, Josh. Do you want to make your pick for each game, or do you want to go out and throw out or pick our favorites for the week? So we can either tell
I already made my picks for the week, so we can do that.
Okay, just your favorite?
I in a pick 'em league, so I just pick every game, win or loser.
Okay, let's do pick 'em. Let's do pick 'em. Okay.
Yeah.
Pick 'em. Eagles, Vikings. I'm going Eagles.
Yeah, whatever the spread is, just bet the Eagles. The Vikings lose every year they play in Philadelphia. It is not worth your time. Just don't even. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah. I'm not looking. I mean, Kirk struggled against the Bucs defense. And that offensive line looked that bad against the Bucs defensive line.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah. And what's the big
center? Bradbury got hurt too.
And what's the big man from Jalen Carter?
Yep.
Six pressures, 6 quarterback pressures, the most for rookies in 5 years. So
and Fletcher.
Yep, and Fletcher and Hassan Riddick, and I mean, you can just keep going on.
It's gonna be a lot of sacks, I think.
Yeah. Packers, Falcons. I think I'm going Packers.
Yeah, you saw my bet that I put in. I'm going Green Bay. Jordan Love looked good.
He does. Yeah.
Awful.
I absolutely hate saying it too, because I've been talking to these people about how Jordan Love, but they're also saying he's the next Mahomes. So I'm kind of pushing back. He's not that good, but he looks good.
He's gonna be serviceable.
I want to see him. His first 3 opponents are the Bears, Falcons, and now next the Saints. So I want to see him against a team that might not go 7-9, 7-10.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. So before I say he's good, Bills and Raiders. Bills by a landslide, I think. A bounce back game. Raiders are the Raiders. I mean, Jimmy G's kind of a dog though, but I'm still going Buffalo.
Yeah, the Raiders. I just don't think they can score enough points.
Yeah. Bengals and Ravens. Do the Bengals bounce back here?
I'm taking the Ravens.
I'm gonna go Bengals. Ravens didn't look that impressive against the Texans either. Bengals are at home. They can't look as bad as they did last week, and they only gave up 24 points looking that bad. They punted 10 times and only gave up 24 points. The defense, the Raiders didn't look good against the Texans defense. I think it's going to be a slugfest. I'm going to go like on the limb and say 17-14 game. Low scoring.
Yeah, that would be one that I was going to take the under in, I think.
Yeah. Seattle, Detroit. I'm going Detroit. I was going to go Seattle in this game. Detroit beat Kansas City. Seattle looked terrible against the Rams. I'm going Detroit.
Yeah, I say both of Seattle's tackles got hurt, so I think Detroit's D-line is going to do some work there.
Yeah. Chargers and Tennessee. I want to say Chargers by a landslide. Uh-oh. I lost Josh. Well, we got a little technical difficulty here. Just waiting for Josh to join back up. But, yeah. So, we'll cut this out. There we go. Okay. So, Josh, do you want to... Any chance you can download Discord on your computer for next time?
I have it.
You said you didn't on your PC.
No, I just needed to. I had Discord. I just in a different one.
Okay. Well, we'll start using Discord after this then. Okay. Let's get through these because I got to go for a walk with my family. Chargers over Tennessee, unless Ryan Tannehill turns a leaf. Chargers by a lot.
Yeah, I don't think he has a chance.
Bears and Tampa.
This is going to be ugly, I think.
I'm going to go Tampa.
And not in a way that anybody's. I think the Bears are going to win, and I think Justin Fields is going to stop trying to throw the ball.
Kansas City Jaguars. If no Travis Kelce, I'm going Jaguars.
Yeah, exactly. Because those wide receivers were pitiful.
If Travis Kelce's there, I'm going Chiefs.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree on that.
Yep. Indy Houston. Is Richardson, Anthony Richardson, he's okay?
He was questionable, I thought.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Houston looked impressive. I'm going Houston.
I'd take the Colts.
Yeah, that's tough. Well, that's one we could circle back next time they come around. I'm going Houston. Yeah. You're going Colts. Giants. That's going to be my favorite this week. No matter they got shut out 40-0. Arizona is pitiful. You can't. That's
so bad.
That's so bad. I'm going Giants.
Yeah, same.
Jets Cowboys. Cowboys defense. There's no way that Zach Wilson beats the Cowboys defense.
No.
That game could be very very
overlook them.
What?
The Cowboys could overlook the Jets because the Jets defense was arguably just as good as Dallas.
That could be a very low scoring game. Very low scoring game too. Washington, Denver. I'm going Commanders. I'm a Kami fan. Go Commanders.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Denver in this one, and I won't turn it on.
No, won't turn it on.
Won't be watching that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm watching anything with Russell Wilson. I might take the spread in the Miami New England game.
Yeah, I did. I took Miami -3.
Yeah. Saints Panthers. I'm going Saints in Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so too. And the last Monday night game starting at 8:15, way past my bedtime. I'm going to go with the Steelers at home versus Cleveland.
I think they bounced back.
Yeah.
There were times that they looked okay against the Niners.
Right.
But the Niners are far better than the
Browns. Right. And I'm definitely starting Romeo Doubs this time against Romeo Doubs against that Atlanta defense. So I'm hoping Watson's back to kind of clear up the field. But I got to go. We got some wrinkles. I'm glad we're getting it out. We plan on making this better and start sending it out to the world right now. So for now, good night. Thank you guys.